Okay, everybody, welcome to Defense School. Here we have our lovely pitch, all laid out nicely, with our star players. Today we're going over defense. So let's go over what happens in this scenario. Now, let's just imagine for a second that there's been a scrap around the goalie's enemy side of the pitch. Blah 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 blah. Enemy's got the ball, they're going to run it up. And it's probably going to look something like this, where we have an attacker with the ball at top, their immediate passes on the other mids, and then attack would usually settle back, one probably takes X, and the idea of attack here is they're going to pass the ball around and wait till a hole in the fence comes up or a cut walks in that they can pass to and go for the shot on Bobby. Now, our way of dealing with this up to now has been mark your man, basically. Soft defense, just follow them around, make sure no one's cutting in, calling those cutters. What we're looking to do now is something quite different, and what I think is going to be a lot more effective, called fuck you defense, which is essentially a very, very high pressure defense, which has the aim of forcing an error out of the enemy. So the way we're achieving this here, and we have gone over this, so I'm sure you guys will fill in the blanks, but essentially Alfie right now is in this guy's face. Really want to preach here that we're not looking to steal the ball from him. We're basically like going for like a kind of like sticks on gloves approach here. So like Alfie's like got his stick out in front of him, probably still got a good 5 feet away from him, and just poking that stick, whacking the guy if he needs to, like, you know, just making the guy super uncomfortable. Not looking to win the ball back, just making him really, really uncomfortable, and hopefully forcing a really shite pass out here, or just, you know, or he just drops the ball, even better. Now then, let's talk about the other players in this scenario. So Alfie's on this guy, sticks on gloves. Now, everyone else is not on their man, you know. It won't look something like this. This does not work. As in, if we all are attached to our man completely. The reason this doesn't work is because if the this mid man at top here is good, and he manages to get a dodge on Alfie, which is quite likely as well, because Alfie is really up on this guy, it's quite hard to deal with a dodge. If that does happen, then this guy is just going to waltz on down to goal, and he's going to take a shot. So a better approach in this scenario is basically everyone has a percentage on their player, and it depends how close you are to the ball. Depends on threat level. So if we imagine the biggest threat here is this man here. He has the ball, hence why Alfie is on his gloves. What about these two guys here? Well, the guy can pass to them, so I'd say they're about 80% threat. Therefore, me and Dara, probably about 80% on our guys. That is to say that if the ball ends up getting passed to M3 here, I have ample time to get on this guy's gloves and make him uncomfortable. But, on the other hand, if, as we were demonstrating earlier, this mid-man decides to get a little bit cheeky and make the dodge on Alfie, I also have ample time to, hang on, which button was it? To slide onto this guy. So, that is basically the idea of fuck you defense. It's a high pressure, reactive defense. So, what are our calls here? First of all, Dara's like, I got 69! But the more important call here is Alfie saying, I've got ball. Dara saying, I'm one left. I am your left. If this guy dodges on you, I am your backup. Che saying, I am two left. He's saying to Dara and Alfie, by the way, Dara, if you slide to M2 and then you get beat, I'm going to help you out. Don't worry about it. He's saying to Alfie, don't worry, if you get beat, Dara's going to back you up and Che's going to back you up. So don't worry, man. You don't need to go crazy here. On the other hand, what am I? I'm one right. Alfie, if this guy dodges to your right, I will back you up. Oscar's saying, I'm two right. He's saying to me, hey Jamie, don't worry. If the guy dodges on Alfie and you slide to him, and then he dodges on you as well somehow, I'm going to back you up. So we've covered here what happens with a pass. Pretty dead straightforward. Ball goes to M1. What's occurring here? Dara, as this man is catching the ball, Dara is already on his gloves. He is making a man as uncomfortable as possible. Alfie, on the other hand, well, this guy is not 100% fair anymore, so Alfie's going to press back. He's probably about 80% on his man now. Me? Well, there's 2 passes to make here, so I'm probably about 50% on my man. And you can see the idea here is we're positioning ourselves in such a way that we're all prepared to back each other up in slides. In this scenario, M2 is going to dodge an Alfie. Dara's going to slide to him. Jay's going to mark the free man and shout A1 is free. And then Alfie's going to drop back and fill in the gaps and mark A1. Now that does sound like a lot when you say it all in one sentence, but if you break it down, it becomes pretty simple. So let's do that. M2 dodges on Alfie. M2 has the ball. Dara slides and covers Alfie. Now, you can see quite obviously that M1 is now the threat here. If he gets that ball, he has a nice good line on the goal, and no one's going to stop him. So Che here is going to switch. He shouts, switch! And A1 is free. And now he's probably about 80% on M1. A1, on the other hand, is not a huge threat compared to M1. It's got to go through M1 and then to A1, and also A1 doesn't have a line of sight on the goal. So that's all well and good. Alfie, while all this is happening, is bombing it back to crease, getting in the way, and searching for the man, searching for the gap. So he's running back here. No. Okay, A1's free. Let's mark him. And he's probably about 50% on his man, because as we discussed earlier, A1's not a huge threat right now. Alfie can afford to stay a little bit further back. And if M2 were to dodge on Dara again, then Alfie could maybe slide to him, or Che could. And you can kind of see how it works. Like, we're all moving and adjusting and reacting to each other and backing each other up. And that's basically it. Fuck you, defense. Let's break some legs.